What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by this absolutely fantastic cast. To my right, your left, I've got who? Who are you?
Tyler.
What's your last name?
Clark.
What'd you do this past weekend?
I went to the
Chicago.
Chicago PTC.
Damn right you did. Damn right you did.
Yes, I did.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Shut your mouth. We'll talk about it later.
All right.
And to my left, your right, stage left. Is it stage left or stage right?
It'd be stage left.
Stage
No.
left. Don't make me sound like a fool on the internet.
It would be stage right. 'Cause
Stage
the
right.
Stage is over there.
But wouldn't that's the audience? Wouldn't we
Yeah.
be the stage?
No, stage right means that you're looking at the stage.
Okay.
I believe. I never went to.
Stage right.
I never acted in high school.
Definitively. Let us know in the comments down below.
Travis Tangeman.
Right into that microphone. What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So, Tyler Clark has already said that he was at the Chicago PTC this past weekend. Did
Yes,
you
I
have fun?
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you play? What'd you do?
I
Give me
played.
the deets.
I played Gil.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to do garbage. I did the most average you could do.
Which was?
2-2-2.
2 wins, 2 ties, 2 losses.
Yeah. I don't know if that's actually the most average you can do.
I don't think
but
so. I
it's
think
2
3-3
across
is.
the board, so
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6-round event. We'll talk about that in a bit.
I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I guess I did fine.
Yeah, I think you did great.
I also think I might have gotten some good matchups.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Including that Gil mirror?
No.
No.
I'll
I'll give it plus 4 speed. I'll give it minus 4 speed. We'll both gain 2.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah.
fuck. That sounds like awful. That sounds awful.
It was awful. I somehow brought it back though in game 2 after he beat me in like 5 minutes game 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It was just like, well, I guess the way we do this is we just go in, and if I check bet, then I lose.
Yeah, damn
Which
right.
Uh,
Travis, how's your weekend UFS, buddy?
Pretty good. I've just been building a bunch of decks recently. So, like, I have Vega built under Evil, and I also built him under Death. So, I need to test with the Death version here soon
Mm-hmm.
and change some stuff in Evil.
Okay. All right. Okay. I love Vega. Vega is, I think, the only playable Street Fighter character. I absolutely adore that deck, and the only reason that I am not continuing to play that deck is I have to move on because of me cosplaying stuff. So I cannot play Vega again at a major.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There it is, people. You never have to worry about Tamron Cardwell's Vega ever again. He gets diversified by Andrew Alexa playing Vega. Puts it down, never touches it again. Like Spider-Man from Spider-Man 2, where he puts down the mask after he loses his powers. Remember that?
Yeah, and then he never picks it up again.
Never picks it up again. My week in UFS was fine. I played Jeddah at this PTC. I got 4th place. Got blown out to a Huitzel in top 4, which was real rad. It was a fun way to end my event.
Mm-hmm.
That character I thought was like D tier, but like I get to now reevaluate. I get to learn from this experience and craft my own tier list as it is appropriate. Yes?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Makes sense.
So what I want to talk about in topic 1, here comes the graphic, is the Chicago PTC. As quick as we can, me and Tyler get to talk about our experiences, and you have the most important job on the podcast because we were there. We both were. You get to ask us the questions that the good people would want to know. Anything that your little heart and mind, whatever floats up to your brain, just shoot it out of your mouth. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How was the event, Tyler?
It was good. The place was really, really cool.
The place was the Gaming Goat out in Chicago. It was
Yeah.
rad, super rad.
Yeah, it was a really cool space. It was like all the stuff that they had there. They had like a VR setup.
They did, which was really rad.
Wow, that's really sweet.
And it was not only was it a VR setup, but it was one of those 3D trackball setups. So like you got strapped in and we're like running all over the place and like shooting zombies and shit. It was really
That's
rad.
awesome.
Even though I don't think either of us did it.
No, I didn't do it. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It was like $10 for, it was like $5 for 10 minutes, which doesn't sound like a deal, but honestly, like if I had the time, if I didn't top, I might have spent the spondooly on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, man, I'm gonna lose to Phil Birch in top 8. I don't have time to do this.
They also brought us a bunch of food. Like they had a bunch of just treats
Alright.
throughout the day, and then
Have you ever been to Chicago?
I've been through Chicago.
Through Chicago? Have you ever had a Chicago hot dog?
No, I have not.
You definitely should. My highlight of the trip was not getting 4th place, but it was eating at Portillo's. Shout outs to Greg Miller. Thank you so much, buddy.
Okay.
I ate at Portillo's for the first time, and I wanted to eat every meal there possible. There was so much amazingness on these hot dogs. It was insane. We did not get pizza cake, although, sorry if I'm about to lose a couple subscribers. I don't like deep dish. I am a thin crust pizza guy. I can appreciate a deep dish. I can do that, but like pizza cake was not on my list. On the top of my list for this first Chicago visit. It was definitely, let's see how many Chicago style hot dogs I can put in my face, which the answer was 5 total. 5 total in the whole trip.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I heard it was one of the largest PTCs we've ever had.
We had 49 registered players. 49. That's a lot. That's huge for our game. So
way more than anybody predicted.
the game is dying. Sell your cards now.
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. The game's doing great. There was a huge diverse cast of characters. I looked at all the decks that registered. We did have 5 Kins, 5 Akumas, but besides that, like, we had a singular Jet show up. We didn't have any Jackies. I want to say we had 1 Vega. We had like 2 Rapt. Like, there was 50 characters. I expected diversity. A fifth of the characters had diversity. Or fifth of the players had to deal with diversity, but everybody else was playing their own game, which says format's fine. Format's healthy, except for maybe Akuma and Ken, which we get to talk about.
Right.
What else? What else was super rad about this place? Oh, Ryan Pham. This was the first tournament that I have had him head judge at. Normally it's Shane, so shout out to Ryan Pham for crushing that. I need to silence my phone.
Yes, please.
You guys could have filled the time, but it's chill. It was a fine. He did a fantastic job. He was roaming around. He was everywhere. If we're gonna call a spade, I feel like the organization of the event could have been a little bit better. I feel like prize support could have been given out a little sooner. I feel like we did not take a top 8 picture, but we took a top 4 picture. Not because we didn't want to take a top 8 picture, but because we were so focused on playing this beautiful game UFS that we did not have time to breathe to take a picture. So I feel like Ryan could have commanded just a little more and been like, I am the gaming goat and I demand we take a top 8 picture.
So speaking of prize support,
We'll get to that in a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you worry your pretty little head.
So, like, the event did start at like noon though. So like,
Yes,
it
did.
It went pretty late.
And that was not Jasko's fault. That was not Ryan, my beautiful baby boy Fam's fault. That was 100% the gaming goat just doesn't open till noon.
Yeah.
And so we actually were allowed to show up at 11 to start playing at noon. They opened the store an hour early for us, day 1. Day 2, they're like, fuck that. Come back at noon. Which was really rad because
you kept me here till 1? Yeah, fuck you guys.
we only kept him here till like midnight. I don't think it was 1 o'clock. I think we got home at like 1, and we were staying at Chris Smith's house, who was an hour away from the event. Yeah, it was pretty rad.
Thank you very much, though, Chris. It was
shout outs to Chris Smith. Go out and like his channel, the second best UFS content on the internet. I'm a little biased though. At Rockford CCG. Go out, give him a like, subscribe, hit him up on Patreon, do all the super cool stuff. So let's talk about prize support before we jump into the bottom half of this top 8. What was your question about prize support?
So from what I saw, I feel like a lot of people were disappointed with prize support for this event.
I also heard that scuttlebutt, yes.
So like I know there was someone, I forget who it was in the Discord, who was saying that they traveled from like Florida or something.
Oh,
I don't remember, but they were traveled a long distance to go to this tournament and got a hotel for 2 nights or something, and they I think they got 10th or something, and they got the high seas or whatever. Was it a high seas adventure promo?
It was 6 high seas adventure, 1 per round.
Man. And they were really disappointed by that prize support, which is understandable because it's a card that we already have. It's still legal. The art isn't exactly that much better.
That's opinionated.
And
I will not have opinion pieces on this podcast.
Isn't that what a podcast is, though?
You suck. I'm just kidding. I can totally see his point. Tyler, do you have anything you want to add to the topic before I jump in?
I kind of it did suck. I'll agree to that. Like six cards that we already have. Like it is a new exclusive card that I'm sure other people out there are going to be willing to buy just because of collection purposes. Like I'm sure if James would absolutely have bought a bunch of High Seas Adventures because he loves this art. He loves this card.
Absolutely, he would.
So if he didn't get a go, if none of us went to go, he would have absolutely bought these cards from somebody.
Totally.
So like there is some sort of resale value to these cards because they're so exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just getting 6 cards for coming isn't that good. I also heard though that last year prize support lost them so much money that they're really tightening their wallet straps.
So I'm going to jump in, and I want us all to realize that we've had this topic before when this prize support got announced.
Mm-hmm.
And all 3 of us at this table were like, yeah, that's rad. I'm digging the prize support. The fact that we go there now and we see the reality of it, of what it is that we actually are down for, we did not understand what it is that we had before versus what we have now. And I've said it to Ryan. I've said it to as many people as I can. I like this price support, but it needs a little tweaking, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you compare it to other games competitively, you do not travel to a competitive tournament to make your money back and do shitty. If you suck and you get 9th place, be better.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make your money back playing this game, being a professional card game player, and you take your 2 boxes because your name is Jeremy Ray and you win with Cassie Cage and you sell those boxes, or you crack the singles and you sell the singles, good job. You got first to do that. If you got 9th or worse, I'm not here to pay for your tournament. But point of you paying this money is for you to test your mettle, get into top 8 for prizes, for fame. But the main thing you're paying is we paid $20, not $25.
Mm-hmm.
We cut the cost down by $5 for entry. I expected to go there. I paid for 2 people. I expected to drop $50 in this tournament. I dropped $40. I saved $10. Rad. Man, they fed us. What the fuck?
Yeah. It was very cool.
It was very cool. Shout out to Gaming Goat. Go like him on Facebook. And I'm fine with the prize support up until round 5. I believe going and playing for the 4 exclusive High Seas Adventure is very much worth it.
Mm-hmm.
They did not expect 50 people to be at this event, and they ran out of High Seas Adventures. So you know what they should have done? They should have done the 4, everybody gets a play set, and then after that, we start cracking boxes. Rounds 5 and 6 should have been packs.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
and then at that point, we are making our money back, getting these lottery tickets. There's 0 way to get this High Seas Adventure card. You cannot get this card without going to the 2 events this year that held it.
Yeah.
In March, they will not be giving out this promo. We got the last set of High Seas Adventure that will ever be printed. Asterisk. If they decide to turn their back on that and change their mind, that happens.
I want to imagine that there are going to be some at Worlds or Nationals for
Maybe.
like tops.
Maybe. Or maybe it might be a redemption pack thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I'm not positive. Like, this mat will never come back.
Yeah.
Because
this mat will never come back.
the words February 2019 PTC Top 8 exist on it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give this away in June. They
Definitely.
printed 16 of these mats. They printed 14 of these mats. They printed 14
Wouldn't
of these
it
mats.
be 16 because it's 2 top 8s?
Yeah, 2 top 8s.
Absolutely, except for the winner had an embroidered mat that said February
yeah.
PTC winner.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That
a
makes
different
sense.
math,
What?
though. That's a different math, though.
Right. That's why I said it was 14.
Yep.
So I think the price support is fine. And the very last thing I have to say, and fellas, jump in anytime. Interrupt me, please. Let's let them test it out. This is the first time I've ever gotten a mat for topping at an event. I used to get mats all the time for Yu-Gi-Oh, and it was rad. And that was the feeling that I wanted, as I had this top 8 mat, which I can go and I can sell this mat.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I can make my money back. Is
Right.
you have to do well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving out. So I went and I paid $25. So let's do the math.
Mm-hmm.
I go and I pay at the old event. I pay $25, and you get $25 in packs. That does not pay for a plane ticket. That does not pay for a Jasco employee to be there an entire weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That does not pay the store to have the lights on to host our event.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
$20 to get the prize support that we got. Understanding that I made top 4. I get that. I actually got real prize support. I thought it was fine. Could it have been better? Could it have been smoother? Could it have been a little cleaner on how we dish out prize support? Yeah, I believe so. I think after round 4, crack packs. But you showing up for an exclusive promo that you can't get anywhere else, that's fine.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine.
So I think it's fine if the store is charging like $20 or $25, but
Mhm.
I've heard of stores charging like upwards of $35, which I'm gonna be honest, I would never.
What store has charged upwards of $35?
I don't remember, but it was a store in California, if I recall.
The store in
correctly.
California, the reason that their price was increased is they said out the gate, the price is going to be this, and we're going to cater in this thing.
Okay,
which-
that makes more sense.
Gaming Goat was very chill, and they did it on their dime. Rad. But the store out in California, which has way higher costs than in Chicago, I believe, fact check me, put me in the comments down below,
I'm sure.
was like, in order, I'm going to keep everybody fed, you get an hour for lunch, but I don't want you to have to take that hour. We're going to order in pizza for everybody that shows up.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm going to increase the cost a little bit.
Okay, that
That's
makes
fine.
sense. That
And
makes
it
more
was,
sense.
It was explained at the beginning. At the beginning, when you registered, this is what you're paying for. So let's not get that twisted.
Okay, because as far as I had heard, the
Mhm.
way it was explained to me, they were just charging $35. There was like no context to it.
Yeah, I believe it was for food.
We had this conversation at the diner
Mhm.
before we went to the PTC about how it cost us so much,
Yeah.
and then it was explained to us, hey, they add
catered.
food, and
Yeah.
then yes, everybody's
Yeah,
okay with
that
it.
makes total sense.
That makes
So
more sense.
I want to go
yeah.
ahead and I'm going to jump into this top 8. We're going to do 8 through 5 today, and then tomorrow we'll do 4 through 1.
Yeah, top 4.
I'm excited for that one. So 8th place we've got Vega, piloted by Phil Birch. It is your standard evil. Do you have the deck list? Because I'm just going to share with
Yes,
Travis.
I have the deck list.
Let's go through attacks. Coffee Stomach Glaive Throw. Sawblade Strike is really, really interesting. In Vega, it's a 5 high for a 6 after you lose 2 life. I think, honestly, it's just to, like, get you in momentum. Like,
Man, I should be playing that card in my list.
it's very, very good.
I actually think that fixes the problem we were discussing. This card.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think this list, he's also playing this card.
That one's really cool.
He's playing Thundering Impact, which at Desperation, it's a 4 high. It's a 4 high for 4, which means it's actually a 4 high for 7, and it has EX1. So when you fight against Jeddah in top 8, he gives you a fucking momentum, and you fucking make it 4 high for 7. And it's a throw, and it's got Deadlock Powerful 4. Like, he's playing a list that just kills you. I didn't see any sadistic ways whenever we played. He might have just checked him and I didn't notice.
Huh.
I didn't really see him either.
He's citing the princess parries, probably taking out the sadistic ways for the parries.
Yeah, I think
You said you didn't see him either? Is that because you were just watching the game?
I was watching the game. Yeah,
Okay.
I
I
didn't.
thought you'd fought him in rounds.
No. I might have seen him play it against you, just like as a poke kind of,
Or like a block or something?
maybe.
I don't think he played it as an
I saw it in the card pool. I never saw it after that though.
Okay.
I don't think asterisk.
Yeah.
When we look at the list of foundations though, there's nothing really here jumping out at me except for maybe like Serving Evil, but I think that might have been an old list. Like the only thing that actually changed from the new set is we got Confronting Jeddah at a 1 of, so his foundation lineup didn't change at all, and we got a singular attack, as in Thundering Impact, which
Mhm.
means his attack lineup it didn't really change.
Hmm.
So this brings me to like a point that I guess I can write down for another topic of, do decks need to change when new cards come out? This deck is still super viable. I think he had some bad breaks that day. Lost to some things maybe he shouldn't have lost to.
Yeah.
Um,
Cough, cough. Get it.
yeah.
Cough, cough.
Yeah, hey man, I play like turn perfect. But like this deck does not have a bunch of Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers cards in it, and is that fine? Is Evil Vega as good as it needs to be?
So a part of me doesn't agree with sadistic ways in this deck.
Okay,
I think if
lean in.
I think if you're playing a 2-check in Vega, it should definitely be time slow. Putting that card in your card pool just ends your opponent's turn.
You ready for the reason why he's playing this card? What's this number right here?
Yeah.
I think
get it.
sadistic ways being a 4 is incredibly important, and time slow is a 5. Yes,
Yes.
it is a
but,
5, and it is not technically a desperation attack.
I mean, it also has stun 4, though, when
It
you're
does.
in desperation.
It does have stun 4, and you know what doesn't need to have stun 4? A 5-speed attack.
I mean,
A 5-speed attack that has multiple 2 on it, and sometimes has multiple 4, because I've hit them with a Thundering Impact and a Saw Blade Strike beforehand,
so
or I've hit them with a Glaive Throw that they were afraid to block.
if you think about it, though,
Yes.
time slow also has 5 base speed.
Okay, that's fair. The card doesn't have multiple 2. Like I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But why would you play? So why would I play time slow when I have Coffee Samba? They fulfill the same job. Yes.
Not technically.
Okay.
So the reason why I use it the most, I don't actually use it to attack more than I use to block it with.
Okay.
Like, I block with time slow, their turn's just over 99.9% of the time. Because not only do they have to deal with -1 from time slow, they
Mhm.
also have to deal with +1 difficulty because of Vega and -1 check if I choose to use Vega.
Okay.
So like, Jake was I don't remember what he was playing, but he had like 14 foundations or something,
Okay.
and he went in, and I played a time slow. He passed all of his checks on 5s, but he had like -2 to all of his checks, and so he ended up having to commit 12 out of his 14 foundations and barely killed me.
Okay.
Like, normally in any other situation, his turn would have just been over. He just built so much. But I think against any other deck, because I'm pretty sure he was playing some Eternal deck. Oh, he was playing King. That's right. And against any other deck, because that deck has no Mai in it,
Mm-hmm.
so he gets to play that card for free pretty much.
Yeah. I guess that's just the flavor that you want to go with. But I think one of the big things that I never played on my deck was War for Armageddon. The cards that have 3 over this deck. Responses are really good.
Yeah. Fun fact, admission fees has a response on it.
Admission fees has a response on it. Do you know what admission fees response is, Tyler? Do you know what it does?
What? No, I don't.
After your opponent draws 2, you can commit it, and you draw 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's pretty rad.
Right.
Drag card. Last thing I want to say about the deck is power split. I love this card. I think this card's very, very cool in this deck. Discard momentum. They commit 1. I get to ready it. Super, super rad. Shout out to Phil Birch. Congrats on the 8th place. 7th place. Keith Disbro by Dylan Hall. Shout outs to him. This is a super lame
Mill
deck.
And I love it.
I hate it. I think this deck was actually abysmal to try and play against.
Okay.
I played against this in rounds, and this was my tie. In game 1, we spent 30 minutes and him milling out 14 of my 17 attacks. He just removed them. I actually ended up cycling, and as soon as I got done with the cycle, I just scooped up and went on. I couldn't kill him before the cycle, so I just went on. And then I killed him in game 2 5 minutes before time, and I was like, I don't want to play game 3. We'll just tie. And he's like, that's fine. I couldn't kill you anyways. I should have went for it. I should have but I was so frazzled because I was trying to I had to do a bunch of math. He ended the game with 3 solid strikes in his momentum. But anyway, so the entire way this deck works is it plays Fatality, It adds Fatality into his momentum. It adds Saw Blade Strike into his momentum, which, if it's from a public zone, it goes face up. And he will just Surveyor or Keith Disborough back his Fatalities in order to remove all 20 asterisks of your attacks. And then you can no longer win the game. And so he's won. All he has to do is get a little lucky with what you check and whatnot. So, also, Keith can do some really crazy things with Future Pulside Date. He can gain 2, add Future Pulside Date into his momentum, discard that Future Pulside Date, and gain another 2, a lot like Faye can. So he was just doing a bunch of really cool, cheeky combos. So he'd gain like 4 or 5 on every attack, which is essentially -5 damage, and he can block it. So it was an incredibly cool deck. I think it was just a little too slow, to compete, and then he lost in top 8 to Goro, which we'll talk about, who I believe got 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had heard that he got pretty unlucky in getting paired into his worst matchup, though, which is Heidi.
Yes.
The one Heidi in the room out of 49 people.
He definitely did fight a Heidi. I think I'd have lost to Heidi too.
She just kind of doesn't care what you're doing most of the
Absolutely
time.
not. But I feel like he might have a really cool advantage if like they get a little unlucky and like, hey, here's all 4 of one mech.
Yep.
I got one.
See
Like
ya.
you can just boop, it's
GG
over.
well played.
Yeah.
So, how many points will you have at the end of the day if you do nothing but draw?
Depending on the rounds, 6.
Okay.
So at our tournament, it'd have been 6. So for everybody out there who does not understand how the point system works, whenever you win a match, you get 3 points. When you lose a match, you get 0 points. When you draw a match, you get 1 point. And so your ending record was 8. You had 8 points.
I feel like I had more.
No.
Right? Okay.
No, you had 8.
Okay.
3 and 3 is 6, and then 1 and 1 is 2.
And
6 and 2 is 8.
Okay.
do you know what the topping
I believe it was
records
12.
were? Okay.
12 was where the cutoff was. That's what I
Okay.
was told. I did not do the math.
Okay.
Maybe that's what I was thinking, because that seemed like 8 seemed like a low number, but I guess I was remembering that 12 was like tops.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I think if you went X2, you got in. Or it might have actually been like 13. It might have been like XX1.
There was a lot of 4-1-1s. I remember it like, yeah. That was the thing. Is that there were so many 4-1-1s that
There's dropping out 4-2s.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm fairly positive. I did not hear about anybody IDing. Not one person. I think everybody played it out. Yeah. But Dylan, I think this deck is very, very good. I think it is good.
I agree. I think it's cool. This is my play style.
Man, this kid cited Invoking Blood Magic against me, and that was so fucking frustrating, man. That card says that if I want to discard one of the momentum, I have to discard a momentum as a static.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, like of course
Oh,
this guy's
man.
for that in his fucking sideboard. Why wouldn't he?
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Shout out Dylan. We're gonna move on. Moving on to Shadow Man. This is a Lord Raptor Sandbag. Look at this spicy. We're gonna get to the sideboard in a minute because there are 2 blue cards in here that are a little crazy. Like there's a bunch of stuff in here. So we've got 4 Leg Shredder, obviously 4 Sweet Chainsaw. He's playing 23 attacks. That's so many. Bear Bite, Azuna Drop, Bloody High Claw to 2 of. You're a brave man. We're playing 4 Hurricane of Death. This guy's just trying to go in. This guy's just trying to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Mind Trigger, it's under air and not death. Thrilled to eat you out of 3 of Dust in the Wind. Black Justice, Voices in the Dark seems really rad. Choose 1 card, needs player's momentum or discard pile, shuffle it back to the host deck. Yeah, that's really cool. Playing 2 bang. I dig this. I dig this list. He's blowing up his own stuff. Discard momentum to blow up your stuff. Getting free stuff on it. I dig it.
Yeah.
Healed by Shaman plays. Spirit of the
it's
Wolf is nuts. It's insane.
Really sweet with Hurricane of Death.
Yeah. Sorry, I took a very big drink when you made a fantastic point. Spirit of the Wolf and Hurricane of Death is insane. I
Yeah.
just thought of that.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yep.
4 Oaf. All right, look at this madman playing 4 Showtime. He was determined to get this card.
Yeah, you really want to see that card. I don't know if it's a 4.
I don't think it is either.
I think it's more like a 2 or a 3, but you definitely really want to see that card.
So in my Raptor deck, I play 2 of it. Because every time that I played 3, I'd always open 2 and be like, man, I'm a 6-hander. That sucks.
Rip.
It doesn't have a block on it.
Not like this.
But I want to talk about the sideboard. 2 concussion blast, 1 Hyokushin, 1 big shot punch, 1 big shot Judy. What is happening here? And it's completely off symbol. He has to put these in when he's playing as Raptor. Apparently, -3 speed and -3 damage randomly is good enough on defense
I guess.
because he can't pump them.
Yeah.
This is like how Jasko intended big shots to be used. 1 little Raptor, 1 more Black Justice, 1 Shaolin Fighter, which is it's on symbol. It's there.
Yeah, it is there.
Yeah, I think this list is fine. I think he should have maybe just played the diversity battle and just played as Lord Raptor because no Raptors topped.
Well, I think he was assuming that more Raptors were going to be there.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't play Raptor. I had 1 diversity battle. Shout out to Garrison.
I think the sideboard could be a bit more concentrated.
I think it'd be cleaner. Yeah,
But other than that, I think the deck looks pretty good.
I'm not in love with Bloody High Claw. I think that card
Yeah.
cannot be in a deck anymore. I do not believe that card is good enough. I think if you're gonna play it, you're gonna play Concussion Blast over it. Because at least when they block that for free with a Flame Aura, it discards itself.
Yeah.
Getting your Bloody High Claw drop blocked for free with Flame Aura just feels abysmal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on. Shout outs to Omri. Good job, buddy. Last deck we're gonna look at for this topic is going to be Chris Nixon's Akuma 2-Dot, our Swiss champ, the Swiss Army knife. His deck seems fairly straightforward. He's got some foundations that I wanna talk about. But let's go over the attacks and actions first. First off, actions: 4 Fade, 4 Evoke. I think this is obvious. I think you have to do this. He's playing 4 Gyro Attack, which is the multiple attack from Gyro Man. He's playing only 3 Gyro Blade, which is the draw attack. Tyler, what's your opinion on this? I know you fought a lot of Akuma, and our local Akuma here in the house does not believe in Gyro Blade.
What's it do? I lost the list.
Enhance, discard 1 face down card from your card pool, draw a card. It is a 2 low for 4, which means it is a 2 low for 5 with stun 1 on it.
I actually think that's
on a
quite good.
3 diff that draws
Yeah.
you a card.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Akuma. I'm gonna play this attack. I'm gonna stun 1, give plus damage. I'm going to draw a card.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think he really values the draw in this deck because the one problem that you could ever have with Akuma is running out of steam.
Absolutely, which we saw him do versus Cassie Cage. He would draw hands with 1 or 2 attacks and be forced to go in order to discard Cassie's hand.
Yep.
To make him throw blocks and whatnot. Besides that, I think the attack lineup is totally fine. For Dahatsu Shoten, for Kongo. He's only playing 2 of the Ultra Rare, which is fine. He's only playing 1 Dialect Devil Slayer. I think this is a really interesting choice. This is a 5 high for 5 with a 0 mid block. He's playing that ignores progressive, powerful 3, EX3, the one of, the singleton. He's playing 18 attacks. Probably because he was just killing people.
Yeah.
Probably because Akuma does 45,000 damage by himself.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually wouldn't have as much of a problem with Akuma if Kongo didn't exist or if it was nerfed. I think that's the one thing that makes Akuma just disgusting.
Just the keyword reversal.
That
Fuck that.
and
Fuck that.
the fact that you can just powerful 2 and clear your card pool.
Yeah.
So I think that's fine as long as really I think the biggest problem with Akuma is the Enlightened by Defeat.
Absolutely. This card
should
have said the word or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that Akuma
Yeah.
So I guess the a base 5 speed attack fucking sucks on reversal. Especially when it has 2 million damage.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to give that attack another plus 8 speed, and then another plus 8 speed, and then another plus 8 speed,
It's speed and damage for Enlightened.
sure. But what really matters there is
You're right.
I gave it a shit ton of speed. So the fact that I already gave it, I'm about to give it 20 something damage just by it existing in the card pool.
Yeah.
Here's another million speed. It's impossible to block unless you have a speed reset,
Yeah, absolutely.
which you have to use on your turn, and then
4 admission fees. Here's the card I want to talk about. Entrusted Protector. I saw this card on Chris Nixon's board all fucking day.
This card's so good.
This card's crazy. I is definitely one of the Tam's top 10 slept on cards. I don't think this card's very good, but like it was saving him some games. He did not have to block with attacks. He was just be like, "Hey, I'll minus 8 damage this thing. I'm fine now. I'll take the 4s, whatever."
This is more generic but slightly worse Athena's Knight.
Yeah. He was playing World of That Battle for extra speed or speed reduction, and he was also playing Drained by a Kiss at a 2 of in order to flip cards.
I actually don't think that the speed part right there is the most relevant part on that card.
You think the flip draw?
Yeah, it says draw a card at desperation.
Yeah.
So like he didn't have to play more than one arranging a deal because he already had this card in his deck that said draw a card.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yep.
Is there anything crazy about this deck that you're seeing? Anything that jumps out to you?
No.
I can't believe you're not playing 4 New Empress.
That one is that's the thing I kind of don't really get.
Yeah.
New Empress is extremely good. I really think that people are sleeping on Akuma's Rare Foundation. That card's actually nuts.
The Power to Connect Realms. He
Yes.
said that he was ending turns by just playing one of it, dipping 2 cards out of somebody's hand, and then killing them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say something on this podcast that I've never said before. I think Damnation's actually good in this deck.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Damnation is actually playable in Akuma, and here's why, Tyler Clark. I can see that look on your face
I'm very confused.
of who are you? How did you get in my house?
Here, you want to sit it in a little bit.
All right. I think that Damnation is actually playable in this deck.
What?
Yeah. And here's why. I think the only way that you fight Akuma is with the foundations you have in your staging area. You're not allowed to really block him. You have to block with foundations, and in order to play the game, you have to build those. And so like hey, I'm gonna reset your damage. No.
Right.
I'm going to reset your speed. No.
What does Damnation read again?
Damnation says after your opponent plays an ability on an enhanced ability printed on a foundation, cancel its effects. This is really good to fight their admission fees if you absolutely need to. This is really good to fight whatever random thing that they. If I've got a wall of staging area, which I have to build because all of your techs have stun, this stops one of those foundations.
I think Damnation is also one of the best answers to them trying to get rid of your own admission fees.
Totally.
Because is War for Armageddon an enhance?
It is an enhance.
So you can stop War for Armageddon with this.
Yeah.
And Spike's 3-diff that blows up a foundation.
Red Dragon Assassin.
Yes. That, and I'm pretty sure there's one other one that blows up something.
Either way, but like protecting your plays, it is an additional revoke for foundations.
Yep.
And I think it's actually playable in this deck, just because we don't need our foundations to kill our opponent. Akuma does that, and so your foundation game should be about like how do I facilitate that happening with my character.
Yep.
And Damnation is one of those cards that does that.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is on the podcast.
Neat.
Damnation is not terrible. So with that, I think we're going to move on to topic 2, which is going to be starting with this handsome 4th place deck. So with that, topic 2. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. My name's Tam. I'm joined by Tyler and Travis. What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics and some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that, yesterday's episode, we talked about bottom 8 of the Chicago PTC that just happened, and now we're going to talk about 4th on up, top 4. If you like the content, go out to patreon.com/TCG University and give us a like. Or subscribe to one of those tiers, get exclusive content. If you don't have any bucks to toss, that's totally chill. Go to YouTube and do all that cool stuff too. So with that, we're gonna talk about 4th places, Jeddah. But before we get into that, I'm gonna pimp this thing that I just recorded yesterday, which at time of recording, which I just did an 18-minute long deck analysis, which is something I'd like to actually do for all of the top 8, where I go through and we kind of do what we're doing now, but even on a deeper level, into each deck that topped. I think that'd be a really fun exercise for us to do. So we don't have to jump in too terribly far.
Was that analysis thing the thing James showed me
just now, like today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the beginning of it?
I did.
All right.
It's fine. It's fine.
I thought it was cool. I liked it.
I like the concept of it. I like the
I agree.
idea of it. No, but going through the attacks. So big, huge shout outs to William Howard, who was helping me with this deck a whole bunch. We disagreed on a lot of points when it came to this deck, and so I will say that I took inspiration from his ideas. I listened to his ideas, but this is for sure not his list. I'm playing significantly less cards than him because I believe that you do not have to play 85,000 cards in Jeddah in order to win the game.
Clearly.
Love you, buddy.
Maybe.
Clearly, maybe. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Do you guys have any questions about the deck since I'm here and I'm the one who piloted it?
Y1, Skullbarrier, and Spregio, respectively.
Ooh, buddy. So this is actually some advice I did take from Will. He said that Skullbarrier and Spregio reduce your kill potential as Jeddah. But with that said, I wanted to have that defense of Skullbarrier, and I wanted to have that draw of Spregio. Spregio is really good versus the Void Symbol right now. And I think Skullbarrier is really good whenever Missile Launchers are running around everywhere. And so being able to just, by happenstance, have one of those cards. And in Jeddah, I don't poke you for 3. I don't poke you for 2. I poke you for 6. So it's actually a card you have to deal with. All of Jeddah's reversals matter if you're not going to kill me that turn. If you're trying to poke, all of his reversals matter. And so the ability to throw a Skullberry in and have those 2 momentum ready, it's the DR plus Skullberry means that they just don't play another attack. Which the whole point of this deck is how many cards can I draw on both players' turns, and how can I end your turn as quickly as possible? That's the goal. I want to play on my turn as much as I can. I actually don't want to play on your turn. I want your turn just to be over. Because my turn's way cooler than your turn.
In that respect, Jeddah 1 and Jeddah 2 play very similarly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll ask the question that Phil Burst asked you at the tournament. Why no future poolside date?
So future poolside date was definitely something that I love that card. I think that card is absolutely amazing. I couldn't find room. I'm not playing enough attacks. I'm playing. I was having problems drawing kill turns, and so throwing in 4 more 1/5 no blocks that all it did was reduce speed and gain life was honestly not worth it. I can see maybe I'll play future poolside date whenever Glacial Assault rotates. When that card leaves the format
In this next set?
in the next set, I can play that. Glacial Assault is the 3rd best foundation in the deck.
That card's fantastic.
It's so
Probably
good.
why you have 4 of it.
Yeah. I don't believe future poolside date is necessary. It has to exist,
Right.
if that's fair.
That was just a question I heard be asked.
The only regret that I have for this deck is I did not play a 3rd Genemy Terrorist. I think the attack lineup is absolutely perfect, except I was ending games with that card, so I should have drawn that card more often.
Mm-hmm.
The fact it did not have a block did not matter to me. I should have just added it on top. Despise All Evil was clutch the whole weekend. I fought against a Vega and I fought against an Akuma, and both were 2 Akumas and a Vega. It was incredibly useful, especially because of the extras in the sideboard.
Is that the one that says you can destroy a foundation to make them destroy a committed foundation?
No, they commit a foundation.
Oh, they commit a
I
foundation.
destroy a committed foundation. They commit one of their foundations. It also says enhance destroy. Checks can't be modified for the rest of the turn.
Ah.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
what I can do with this is I can despise all evil and say, hey, Vega doesn't work. Hey, Akuma doesn't work. He is still allowed to flip for cost. So he's still allowed to do that to make his progressive a little easier. But then I just add it back in with Honky Tonk Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I destroy this thing and then add it back in. There was a lot of Honky Tonk Woman shenanigans that was happening.
Yeah, that seems quite good in this deck with God of Thunder.
Yeah. If you're interested, and we won't dwell on it too long, just because I did spend 18 minutes talking about this deck on a separate video. But if you're interested, that'll be going up fairly soon.
How to prepare to fight?
Prepare to fight's
Super-
insane.
okay.
Prepare to fight's insane.
Yeah,
Prepare to fight.
It's still good. Like,
Prepare to fight is so good that I do not foresee myself playing at a PTC level anything except for a water deck for a very long time.
Yeah.
With
Exclusively
Bang,
because of
Prepare to Fight, and Out of Your League still existing in this format, as long as those 3 cards exist, I can't see myself playing any other symbol. Honestly, I can't see myself playing any other symbol.
so right now, the only symbols I could see myself playing are Evil, Death, and Water.
That is a topic for another day.
Yeah.
We will move on. Good question though. Good question. Prepare to Fight. Prepare to Fight came in clutch.
PTF's still good.
I only I played 3 of it and not 2 of it like I would normally do, just because Jeddah wants to block everything.
Sure.
Yep.
Moving on to 3rd place, Goro, piloted by Sean Bauman. Shout out to this. I believe this is one of the Chicago locals defending his home turf and doing an exceptionally well job at it. It was Dark Cherry Toe Goro. This deck looked nuts. It's running 18 attacks. The singular fatality, 1 of Spine Sweep. This 2 of Power Stone, double disarm, quad choke and grab, quad missile launcher, quad Dark Cherry Toe. He's not playing under Earth. He's not playing
Scorpion
Coffee
Stab?
Samba anywhere near this deck. Not in it.
Yeah.
Not here.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's going to kill you with the cards he's got. He's down.
I mean, like, picking up 3 Shokin grabs kills you. Picking up
yeah, unless
a
they're
2 missile launchers kills you.
playing
Like-
prepare to fight symbols or demon realm awakening symbols.
Look at his foundation lineup. 4 Fallen Angels. He's got 4 of everything except for a singular Evil Imposter, which has got
Right.
1 more on the sideboard. He is determined to have he does not want options. He's like, these are the best foundations I could possibly have. Let's play with these.
Yeah.
I love this deck. I think the only way we could have made this even just a little bit better is maybe Graven Castle, but maybe in testing that card is actually more of a hindrance than not.
So
Yeah, I definitely don't think it needs it.
No?
No. Like,
I don't know. I
I
feel
feel like-
having to pick up Dark Cherry Toe seems kind of cool.
sure.
My first
I
answer
guess,
would be I'll destroy this face down
I guess,
foundation
yeah,
that I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
pick back up next turn and continue. Could you
Yeah,
imagine
I guess.
destroying? I'm going to destroy a Folktale Storyteller every turn after I flipped it.
well,
then
Dark
pick
Cherry Toe
up-
might also be there because he didn't have Coffee Samba. So,
I
like,
think-
here's my multiple.
Okay.
It's like, I'm going to play these 3 attacks and then Dark Cherry Toe and then
Yeah.
blow you out.
I think it's more as the start, so they can't parry you, they can't fade you, they can't interact with you like that.
Yes. Fade parry is incredibly important when you're fighting as Goro. Not randomly losing a card, especially versus an Akuma or whatever. Just being able to lead off with Dark Cherry Toe is super good.
So I think there definitely should have been some sunglasses in this deck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think that card is absolutely fantastic in Goro. It's at worst another copy of Tough as Bricks.
Which is a 4 of in this deck, which is very, very good.
And like I don't think he needed 4 on both of Fallen Angels and Pursuing. Like he could have played 2 and 2 and played 4 sunglasses and been fine.
Maybe. I don't know. I really dig this deck. It is a slim, sexy 59 plus character.
Yep.
Sure is.
He's wanting to go in.
Yeah.
Go in.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Chicago really likes Goro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently Sean really likes Goro.
Yeah.
Shout out, Sean. Good job, man. I did this deck. It makes me very much want to reevaluate playing Goro here locally, for sure.
I just built the Goro deck right before we started this podcast.
Yeah?
Just not anything like this, just because I was like, man, I keep looking at that Chun-Li card that builds too. I'm like, man, I just got to get this idea. I just got to get this out of my head so that I can,
Forbidden
I can move on.
Thighs.
Yeah. Moving on to second place, Huitzel, piloted by Eric
Molina.
Molina.
Molina?
Yeah. That's how
Molina.
Eric? Shout out to Eric.
Molina.
I gotta say,
Moline.
with there's a couple things that I have to say about this.
Sorry, I'm making fun of your name.
About what's happening here. Okay. Number one, Eric, Travis, you don't know this. The good people don't know this. Eric looked at me as soon as his name was announced in top 8. He looked at me and looked at James and he said, "This Huitzel deck only exists because of your Huitzel profile on UFS University."
I know that. He said that in the Discord. Afterwards.
So first and foremost, thank you so much for the click. Thank you for being one of the good people and one of the students. That's my phone. I'm gonna call from my mother. Declined. Sorry, Mom.
It makes us very happy to hear you say that you took our deck and then you improved upon it. That's exactly what we want.
Beat my ass with it. Yeah, this deck. man, that's exactly what we want to fucking do here. It's
Right.
such a
It was-
good fucking feeling,
It was
man.
a very
It's
nice
so
feeling
awesome.
when he said that.
But let's jump into the deck. 4 missile launcher, 4 homing missiles, Kensadoken, Bowflame, Coffee Samba, Power Stone, Allurophobia.
It's a very high impact attack lineup.
This deck's a beating, dude.
Yeah.
This deck's a monster. This deck will absolutely mess you up, especially if your whole character just gives him a bunch of momentum for free. I actually don't know what any of his foundations do. I never saw him. I think that was a funny joke.
That was pretty good.
Thanks. I think he's the best card in his deck. Honestly, was forward. I was so afraid of forward the entire time.
That card's so good.
Forward and Redeemed Rogue were the 2 MVPs of of his entire deck.
Those are both such huge enablers.
Totally. Him 2 Dark Chirito on the side, another Coffee Samba, which he told me he cited into in our games. Spine Sweep is fine. I honestly, like, Spine Sweep has to be in your sideboard for sure, but like, man, it really doesn't. Like, it has to exist because randomly you're gonna die to an asset deck. But like, man, Spine Sweep does not need to be in your deck.
Right? What powerful assets are out there right now?
Swordfish.
Okay. Graven Castle.
I guess.
As well as Quan Chi's Fortress, I think is pretty good.
Yeah, Quan Chi's Fortress.
Sure.
With
I guess
Fade.
under
It's a
evil
little
is very
strong.
good because it has fade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
a little too strong.
I'll concede.
There are enough that you're like, man, I don't want to, but I guess I'll side this one card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this deck is totally rad, and it definitely takes Witzel from my perception of a D tier character, and it pushes him all the way up to B. He totally earned everything that happened at this event, and he went in and he beat some ass with this robot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Deck's cool.
But with that said, I think the deck's very linear. It does its singular thing, and it does not deviate from that game plan.
Yep.
I think you just have to play. You have to play your game plan exceptionally well.
Mhm.
So
Right.
I dig it. Once again, shout out to Eric.
Yep.
Good job ripping that coffee samba off the top. You lucky sack. And then our first place, our Chicago PTC champion. Second place, no longer Jeremy, the Middlest Johnson Ray.
Shout outs.
Did you know that? Did you know his middle name is Johnson?
No, I don't think I did. I know that he's called the middle of Johnson.
Yep, because we've got the Big Johnson. We now have the Middlest Johnson with Jeremy Ray, and we've got the Little Johnson with.
Man.
The fact that it's his middle name, I now find that joke a million times more hilarious.
Isn't it? All right. So let's jump into his attack lineup. We've got 4 Kimbo, 4 Splat, 4 Glow Kick, 4 Nutcracker. All seems pretty good. And then randomly, Reborn Seraphic Wing. This card's insane in Cassie.
Oh yeah.
This
Oh,
card's-
that card's so good.
This card's super cool. Do you know why this card is so cool, Tyler? Do you know why? Look at that static text, my dude.
Yeah.
When they
I
go to
mean-
deadlock, I'll just build 45 foundations
I
and
guess,
then be
yeah,
like,
yeah,
boom,
yeah.
I'll play this on a 5. It is not over yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he said his reasoning for it was the response.
Oh, the
because
response is nuts.
They can't cancel Cassie if
Yes.
you use it.
Yes.
So-
Yes. He said that the response is super good, as well as Goro's Victory Pose being a 3 of. He's like, hey, I need all of my enhances on an akimbo to go off. You don't get to play cards. You don't
Yep.
get to play the action cards that mess me up. I can play around your staging area. It's the blue cards in your hand that I can't play around. So Goro's Victory Pose is really good. I'm trying to look at anything out of the ordinary here. The big cards that I'm seeing is Not Over Till You Die. Enhance Flip, add an attack from your discard pile to the top of your deck. This is really good when you have a Nutcracker and a Akimbo and
Glow kick.
Glow Kick that say
Just
that
draw.
say draw. And
Yeah.
Cassie says draw. So I'll put an attack on top of my deck if I need to, shove a foundation in, look at the top 3 and go, oh, I don't want that attack on top. I want it second. Whoop, I'll move it.
I think Not Over Until You Die is the one gift that UFS got from Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers. It's so splashable. It does so much.
Yeah,
Like
totally.
stacking an attack you wouldn't think would be like nuts, but it actually is.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
See, you say that, but nobody's playing Merciless Master. Is that because you have
That
to just go
requires
missing?
extra steps.
That requires so that requires you to have hit them with an attack.
Asterisk.
That requires you to have hit them with an
Sure.
attack. And I think this card, because yeah, I guess that is a fair point. Nobody's playing Merciless Master, and you could probably get a little more. You probably get a little more out of Merciless Master, but Merciless Master, make sure that you check a 4 when you need it.
5.
Well,
It's
you
a 5.
You debuild one.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, sure.
Sure. I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. Specifically under life, I think I'd rather just play Surveyor 100% of the time
Yeah.
because there's a lot
Right.
less extra steps involved with that. Like, it just has to touch them. You don't have to have any extra draw or anything like that.
Like I say this, I should have been playing Merciless Master and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, oh, you didn't hit my attack. Didn't
Oh,
hit,
yeah.
my attack hit you because it had +4 speed. Well, on your turn, I
That
want to get
card's
back.
nuts and Gil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This. Oh, you played a card. Oh,
I want to say I had it in there out of one of, but I cut it just because I think Tam personally doesn't like it, and
Yeah.
I'm the one who was last touching your deck.
Yeah.
The 2 power cards of this deck, the 2 cards that matter the most, Radical Edward and Telekinetic Mastery.
Oh, yeah. Those cards.
These 2 cards were insane. I want to talk about TK Mastery first. There's a lot of numbers happening on cards, and there are plenty of times where he's got 4 Fallen Master for arranging a deal, and he would randomly just check them for no reason. And he would just be like, oh, I'll tap 1 and give this -2 speed. And you gave it a damage pump? Well, I'll give it another -2 speed. Well, I get to block this for free now. Thanks. You gave it 2/2. Well, I gave it -4 speed. Rad.
Yep.
I'll tap 2 to auto block this thing.
Yeah.
I'm down. Or I don't want to block this thing. You gave it a bunch of speed. I'll reduce its damage by a bunch. Now I don't have to block this thing. Whoa, insane.
Pretty cool.
Radical. I think Telekinetic Mastery is a card that I don't personally like, or I did not like. I did not experiment with it enough before this event. But under the other 2 symbols, not under the all symbol, but Death and Void, I think I might try it out just a smidge. And then the other card, Radical Edward. This card's nuts. This card, there are a lot of keywords on Foundations running around, specifically the unique one. And this card says, commit that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I watched Jeremy Ray play against Chris Nixon in quarterfinals.
Yeah. Commits admission fees.
And just committed admission fees. Akuma got to play admission fees 1 time on his turn the entire time. First enhance will be add in for +2 speed. First enhance will be commit this thing. Do you want to stop this with damnation? Do you? Oh, then I'll commit the other one.
Yeah.
So just like,
Yeah.
yeah. It was very, very good.
Yeah, this card's super strong.
I think he played these lines absolutely perfect. Main board and 2 stop. Main board and 2 not over yet. I think this deck is incredibly, incredibly well crafted.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. I dig it a lot. Yeah. Anything you want to add to Jeremy's deck?
No, I think it's very solid. Good job.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. He earned this tournament.
Yeah.
Very much did. He started at 8th place. He started from all the way to the bottom. He went second every single game in Top Cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Not every single game. Because if he won, he went second.
Mm-hmm.
So if he lost, he went first.
Yeah.
He started every match going second.
I'm
That's
a
the
huge
best way.
fan of Serving the Outworld
Yeah,
as a card.
I think that card is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many times he got the respond, commit, cancel a form ability.
I mean, we definitely have some relevant ones.
We do. Like not over yet that he played himself.
Yeah. Not over yet. Ancestral Quiver.
Throw it down.
Throw it down.
Self destruct. Asterisks.
Yeah.
You know who does not want to be debuilt down to 0? Cassie Cage.
Yeah. Definitely does not.
Yeah. So with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and hold on. This means that they can't form with revoke anymore once you play this card. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yes.
So with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to topic 3 of the week, which is the incredibly exciting topic. So we'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
I have to call my mother. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFSU University. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by these 2 amazing fellows. Who we got today?
Tyler.
Travis.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. If you like that, go out to patreon.com/TCG University. Throw us a couple bucks and get some exclusive /time-gated content. If you don't have any bucks to toss, that's totally fine. You can go out to youtube.com/UFS University and get all our content there for free after a bit. So, guys, January is finally over.
Yep.
We are no longer dried and dehydrated for topics. We are now into the new year.
Mm-hmm.
We have been given Soul Calibur spoilers.
An amazing gift.
An amazing, amazing gift. We have got 12 character cards that we're going to be going over, and I am incredibly, incredibly excited to record these. So what this is going to be for all of you, the good people, and for my two co-hosts here, I want this to be a very high-level introduction. We got these. We've had these characters for approximately 12 hours now. So what are your very first impressions when you see them? If you, the good people, want to have a bit of a deeper dive look, as soon as we get every single card out, spoiled, previewed, the day of release that we have those to the public, we will have recorded an entire series that we call Cram Session that will be exclusive to Patreon at the $3 tier, at the freshman tier. So if you go out to Patreon, give me $3 a month, you get access to all of this. In addition to that, we've got Cram Sessions for all of our past sets. So as soon as we record and put this one out on Patreon, the Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers Cram Session will go live on YouTube. So look forward to that. Mm-hmm. So first impressions, we've got 12 characters. Travis, what's your thought?
I think they're all strong and unique in their own ways, and I also think that they're all at least MK level.
I totally agree. I love every single one of these characters. Tyler?
I'm very excited about this. I feel like I could have a fun time playing any of these characters.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree.
I look at them, they all have a sort of a niche thing that they do, but like each niche thing is good and like is built upon the sets previous. Like it's not some new like Akuma thing where it's like only Akuma ever does that.
Yeah.
Like each of them like have a specific thing, but other characters have done it in the past or slightly done it in the past. So they have all this old support, and then they're bringing new support to these old guys, and they're getting all their support. But then it's all pretty unique. So like I don't know. And
Yeah.
it just all seems very fun. And I'm very excited.
I dig it. So, we're gonna start off with Grow. It's 629 Death Order Water. Enhance, your attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage. Your next attack is +1 speed and +1 damage. Enhance once per turn, : if this attack's printed damage is 4 or less, you may discard a card from your hand in addition to momentum to pay for its multiple cost. Instantly, this guy looks exactly like what I want in the game.
This is my favorite character in this set.
Yeah, getting 2/2 on everything is incredible, especially in a character that says multiple. And it looks like he's going to be dealing with 4 or less, which means Lilith support's going to be very good in him, even though we are losing the 10 Lilith stuff. We just got Lilith 2 dot. As well as, I don't know, under 2 of his symbols, he gets to play Whirlwind Punch. So
Yeah, that's the big one, I think.
I actually don't think that's the big one. I think it's a little too costly. So you already have to have 2 momentum because he can only pay for 1 with the hand cost.
oh man,
Sure. Yeah.
I think that the big one actually is Spike 2's ultra rare.
yep. That was on my list. Oh, if you go out to Patreon and you subscribe at any of the tier levels, I'm currently making my first impression deck list of these characters. Of not like a full 60 card deck list but hey, these cards really interact. And Devastator Cannon, Plasma Cannon, was definitely on that list for sure.
And then also Jetta 1's ultra rare. I forget, what is that?
Oh man, you got me. It's also on that list.
Yeah. That card's so good in him.
It's a 4 high for 4. It's a 2 check. Man, I do not know why I can't remember this card. I can picture it in my brain.
Vanilla Rosa?
Yes.
Yes.
The second you said 2 check.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because you can go from having no momentum to paying the entire multiple 2 cost with Roso's combo plus him. And also, he says if you discard Balance Fighter as cost, because he specifically says discard,
You draw a card.
you draw a card. So it's a free attack.
He's like Jackie for powerful, but we're not with multiple.
Yeah.
That gives 2/2. Tyler, any other thoughts? Because I have
No,
I
I
have
think
one
it's-
thing that's gonna blow your fucking mind,
Yeah, I
Travis.
love him. He's great. I agree. Tutu. I really love the Tutu and everything.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what else you have to deal with?
Wow.
Under the order symbol, hashtag don't mess with Magnet Man.
Oh
Don't mess with
man.
Magnet Man says enhance destroy. If this attack does not share the zone as 2 other attacks in your card pool, it gets multiple 1.
Oh no.
Your 4 damage attack, yeah. So you can destroy this, discard a card, multiple 1 it out. And so it's like a 2/4 with a block or something like that. It has another ability, but who cares about that?
Man.
Don't mess with Magnet Man. He's wagging his finger. He's like, no.
That's actually sick.
Yeah, it's really cool, but you gotta play the order symbol, which like the best multiple attack that it has currently is like slide shots, which 2/2 on slide shots is not bad.
Yes, it's pretty cool. And it
Um,
discards.
We're gonna move on to Ivy. Ivy is a 6 hand size, 30 life. She's got all evil life. Look at that. Evil life together. Boo. Enhance twice per turn, lose 1 vitality, reveal the top card of your deck. You may remove the revealed card. You may remove the revealed card. If you do, add the top card of your discard pile to the top of your deck. Response twice per turn. After an attack with 2 or fewer printed keywords deals damage, gain 2 vitality. You may draw 1 card.
So weird. Gil.
Very weird, Gil. So there's 2 ways that you can use this. And I want you to talk about the check hacking, and then I just thought of another way that, like, probably the real way she was supposed to be used.
So what I was thinking was using her either as a really defensive deck or as really aggressive, abusing the check stacking mechanic.
Yeah.
And there's a card called Visions of Jetta's Plan that lets you restack a card after you check it.
Yes.
So you can play Artifice Avarice and or Developmental Years and stack either of them twice.
Yeah, totally.
Yo, she has 30 life and she gains vitality.
Damn right she does.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey, she's got the life symbol. I'm down.
I mean, sure, but like,
She
It's
also
30
still
life.
has Patriot stance.
She can also like cantrip attack cards out of her discard pile.
Yeah.
So the way that you do this is you have an attack as the bottom card of your discard pile. You play an attack with 2 or less keywords. Preferably it has the word throw on it. Throw and then, I don't know, ally, like a bunch of attacks do. And then you enhance, lose 1 vitality, reveal a top card of your deck. If it's not an attack, you remove it, take the attack from the discard pile, and put it back on top. Or when you check an attack.
Yeah.
So you check an attack for this attack. You're just like, I'll just take this attack and put it back on top. Oh, my throw did damage. I'll respond after an attack did 2 or less, or did 2 or fewer, gain 2 draw card.
Yeah.
So I'll draw this attack on top of my deck.
The most notable one that I saw out of the 2 keyword throws was Telechoke.
Yeah.
Because
Telechoke
you
seems pretty
can
good.
you can also stack the 6 to confirm the 6 damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I think she's the character that stands to get the most out of her support being revealed. Because right now, she's probably mid-tier out of all these characters. But once she gets her support revealed, she has the most chance to improve.
I think this character might be nuts exclusively because of under all you get all of Kin 2 dot support, and under evil and life you get all of Eva 2 dot support. I think Tech Sphere with this character is going to be disgusting.
Oh, man. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
oh, dear.
Oh man, this Tech Sphere isn't a throw. Well, it is now. I mean, it has 1,000 keywords on it, so we don't get to draw cards. But like,
Yeah.
I removed an attack from my discard pile because I had to pass this next check. Well, later
Yeah.
it's gonna be really good.
Mhm.
I wonder how many keywords Kirabushi Kick has.
2?
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's the perfect amount. I'm pretty sure like all of Kin support works with her. I can't think of anyone that has like 3 keywords. They might be there though. I'm not positive.
I don't know. Oh, we could look it up.
Yeah, if only we could. Moving on to Keelik. He's a 533. Shout out to Jeremy Ray. He's got life order water. Each ability on this card may only be playable once per turn. Response: reveal 1 attack from your hand. After your safe or weapon attack resolves, add it to your hand. Enhance: if you have 6 or fewer foundations, your next card gets -2 difficulty. Enhance: if you have 3 or fewer foundations, your next card gets -3 difficulty.
So, I think this character has the most chance to be the high roll nutty character.
Totally.
So just like he'll go in on you on turn 2 and you might die. But other than that, I don't know.
This character's insane.
Yeah.
This
So, like-
character is going to make the coolest designed Mortal Kombat character playable.
So I feel like you could absolutely just play like this is like new Tomahawk Man, potentially.
Yeah.
Like
New,
I'll
better
build-
Tomahawk Man.
Yeah, I'll put like 10 foundations into my deck, and I'll just have a bunch of attacks. Except these attacks can be higher difficulty because all I have to do is have 1 3 diff attack in my hand,
And then you get to play the real one.
and then I get to play this like 5 diff, and then this whatever diff
Yeah, totally.
because I'm confirming what they're gonna be.
Yeah, so this character, I don't know if you realize this or not, shares 2 symbols with Raiden.
Yes.
That's amazing
Yeah,
because all of Raiden's cool ass support says if you got 6 or less, do some nutty thing.
Yeah. The one that's Sealer of Evil is nuts in a 5-hander.
Yeah, totally.
Card says -3 damage or seal an evil foundation.
Yeah.
I guess that he is a 5-hander is a pretty big drawback though.
But
like,
the thing is, when you don't have many foundations, you
Yeah.
get to block things for free.
yeah,
This thing says -5 speed on it.
yeah,
And after your attack resolves, you get to add a card back to your hand. So I mean, this is like Jeremy Raid 2 dot. Like that's what this fucking card is.
yeah.
Oh no, my attack my my throw attack or my weapon or safe attack resolved. I'm gonna put look at this attack I have. We'll lift this one and I'll play it again.
Mm-hmm.
So like, man, that
Yeah.
sounds crazy. Oh,
I guess he's like a 6-hander then. Never mind.
dang! It says
Yeah. He's
It says-
definitely like a 6-hander.
Could you imagine if this thing said like reveal like 2 foundations or something like that? I guess that would not. I guess that wouldn't matter with the Malin stuff. I was just trying to think of like some cheeky things we could do with her.
I mean, I don't think it would be the best, but I think if you wanted to build Killick the same way that you built, remember when you had the Cossack deck built that was
Yeah.
just dive and then play Jade Dragon and
Yeah.
multiple too?
Yeah. Jade Dragon would be very very good in this deck. I'm a
Yeah.
5-hander. I got a bunch of life, and my Jade Dragons are fucking free.
Yep.
I've
Sure
got 6
are.
foundations. This is a 0 diff attack.
Woo!
Yeah, I dig this character. I'm very excited to see some really fun Raiden Keelik sideboard shenanigans happening. I need to be a 5-hander for this game. I need to be a 6-hander in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really really excited. This and Raiden are the 2 characters that like I'm excited to see how well their support matches together.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. We're talking about Maxi, the only Soul Calibur character that I've ever played in the game. He is a 720 with air, all, and good. Enhanced discard 1 momentum, ready one of your foundations that has not been ready this combat phase. Your attack gets +1 speed and +3 damage. He's throw it down. I don't know why all and good has to have to just fucking do throw it down things. Enhance twice per turn, add 1 foundation from your card pool face up. Add the top card of your deck to your momentum. I like this character a lot. I think this
I
character
also do.
I think this character might be one of the decks that I like do a lot of experimenting with. The issue that I have, Tyler Clark, is I don't like the air symbol and I don't like the all symbol. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to play it on good.
I mean you get all Cassie stuff, so why not?
I do get all the Cassie stuff, don't I?
So-
Isn't that neat?
When I was thinking about this deck, me being the Omaha player that I am, I immediately thought about Tengu Dive with him
Yeah.
because he's an enabler himself. Tengu Dive gives you the momentum to ready the foundations. You get free momentum from his second enhance.
Yeah.
So you can just keep going,
Mhm.
like infinite gas. And then you can play him like Rikuo, honestly. So you can play like Rising Monk and Tengu Dive and then just all ranged attacks from the rest of there.
Absolutely.
And just like never fade out.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think he's a little weak.
You think he's a little weak?
Yeah, only because his top ability, like he gives himself momentum, I guess, but like he has to build himself 1, which like he's a 7-hander, so I guess it's not insane. It's just like this seems like a lot. This seems like the most cost out of the characters we've seen so far.
So you ready for the cool part about this?
Yeah.
Under the good symbol, you can loop how you like them apples, because his character does
Says
not
add it face up.
say add a foundation. It says add it face up. So I'll take this face down action card that came in committed, and I'll put it in my card pool again, and then I'll play another card, and then I'll bring his apples back down.
Okay. I
Uh,
guess.
also, if you with Aether Leg, if you build attacks, let's say, I don't know, very specific situation, but if you build down Gil's Ultra Rare, the 6-diff one, you can add it into your card pool, because he said add the card face up.
Yeah,
Sure.
or you've got some face down foundation that like has some static in the card pool, or like Woodman's Leaf Shield would be another good one. I'll add in this Woodman's Leaf Shield in order to do some nutty stuff.
And under all, he has Sense of Morals and Season Guide, so it's not really a cost.
Absolutely. We just get to add some stuff in.
Yeah.
And his Nutcrackers are going to be huge. Do you know that card has EX3 on it?
Yeah.
And man, I wish I gave myself momentum, huh? We're gonna move on to Mitsurugi. This character looks nuts. Enhanced check of 5, your weapon attack gets stun. Or I'm sorry, he's a 628 with Fire Good Void. Enhanced check of 5, your weapon attack gets stun 1. Enhanced check of 5, your stun attack gets 3 damage. Enhanced once per turn. If this attack's damage is at least double its printed damage, change its zone to low, and your opponent discards a card. This card is beautiful. I love this card.
Yep.
This card might be on the short list of characters I actually make. I absolutely love Mitsurugi.
You think Mason's gonna come back for him?
Maybe, honestly. We'll talk about this topic a little bit later, but man, do I not want to get missile launched with this guy.
Yeah.
It is insane how I do not want my check of 5, my stun attack gets 3 damage. It is insane how I do not want my missile launcher to be at least double printed damage, change its zone to low, and my opponent discards a card.
Man,
Yeah.
it real suck to have to block low on that.
Yeah,
So-
no, I don't want my missile launcher to discard a card. That sounds
Right.
insane.
I think like another really cool thing you can do is this or missile launcher into Jet's rare attack, the 5-diff that says combo with a stun
Yep.
to get 1/3, and if it's completely blocked, add it down.
Yup.
So you can make that a low because it gives itself 1/3, and then he gives it 3 damage. So it's double its printed just from that.
And I'm fairly positive it has stun too,
Yes.
and it's a weapon.
Yes.
I'm 90% positive, and so it'll get another stun 1 if we check
Yeah.
well.
So stun 5 on your first 2 attacks.
Yep. And my character makes 2 extra checks a turn. Why am I not playing Punch and Judy?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was about to say they really want their fire characters to be playing Punch and Judy.
Absolutely, they do. Why wouldn't you?
Yep.
But I very much dig this character. I like him a lot. I think he might be a little too vital. I think his health might be a little too much. But he's got that sick plate armor, so we can live with it.
Sure.
I think like the other thing that it does is he says once per turn. So that means that you can do it to like your opponent's attacks. So if your opponent's attack
Mm-hmm.
is a double printed damage,
Yes.
I'll make your attack low and you'll discard a card.
It also seems like there's a lot of characters that want to have double printed damage in this game.
In
this
this set,
Yeah.
I totally agree. Or hey, the stat is gnarly. Do something extra.
Yeah.
Which is just like it's really cool. This character, the bottom E, is very good versus multiples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These characters also all do something on their opponent's turn as well.
Do they?
Yeah. So he says that you can keep stacking his enhance and then play a reversal, and
Yes.
it gets all the stats.
Garo, Ivy does the manipulation. Keelik gets to block for free.
He still gets to ready
Maxi
a
gets
foundation.
To ready the foundation. Mitsurugi gets to make him discard a card. And moving on to Nightmare. What does Nightmare do on their turn? We're loading. It's not loading. Hey, it loaded. He is a 629. He's a big boy. He's got Chaos Evil Fire. Your face-up attack with printed damage exactly double their printed speed gets +2 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So he's going to run a bunch of 1 speed for 2s or 2 speeds for 4s or 3 speed for 6s like Missile Launcher or 4 speed for 8. Response once per turn after your blocked attack resolves, add it to your hand.
So he can add reversals back.
He can add Missile Launcher back.
Yep. That too.
I fucking hate that card so
Yeah.
much. Enhanced : if your attack is blocked, your opponent discards the top 3 cards of their deck. Your opponent loses 1 vitality for each attack discarded this way. That's very, very cool. So this is the other character that I'm looking at playing.
Yeah.
Because fuck missile launcher.
Right. You think they're gonna ban missile launcher at some point?
Man, I want them to.
I really hope
if
they do.
I killed Ryan Pham in his sleep in his comfy bed in Las Vegas, that would be the very first thing that I did at Jasco Games. That would be my first decree.
Yeah.
His missile launcher is now gone. Coffee Samba is on the watch list. Because fuck the fire symbol. And fuck Whistle. But no, actually, Nightmare is just like a different flavored Whistle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna hit you real hard.
Instead of a throw, I'm gonna mill your deck, and every attack that you don't get to play on me next turn burns you for 1. Quit playing so many attacks, you dumb idiot.
Big dumb idiot.
Yeah, you big dumb idiot. Hey, this deck's even good against no attack Heidi, because you know what I'm making you do? I'm making you mill mechs, you big dumb idiot.
And then I'll
Man, we
play
could-
fatality and get them rid
We
of
could
them.
play Chaos Mill with Surveyor.
Yeah. Like, hey man, did you block my attack? Like, Blanca's attacks get to go in this character.
Yes.
Yep.
That's cool.
His attack could go in Blanca.
His attacks
Hopefully.
get to go in Blanca, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have a slam in there.
Or
Hey, or charge.
yeah, or a charge.
I mean, he's a big boy. I'm sure he's got to
Yeah.
charge something up, huh?
His ult is also like a horse in the game or whatever, and he's charging in on a horse.
Well, let's
Ooh,
hope.
exciting,
hope.
exciting.
Yeah.
That's not really what the keyword charge means, but
I mean,
do you know
yeah.
what the keyword charge actually means? Take a little sidebar.
It's like your EX gauge or whatever.
It is holding an input. So in order
okay.
to do it like a Sonic Boom in Street Fighter, you have to hold back
Okay.
and then do the thing. So it's like you holding and then go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Kind of. It's one of those keywords that I'm like, whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, I out of the top 6 characters, this character and Mitsurugi are the 2 characters that I'm like looking most forward to. Maxi's the character I played in the game, but like I think Nightmare and Mitsurugi are just silly. They're just silly boys.
I'm really looking at like Grow and Ivy.
Oh, Grown Ivy.
Mm.
Pick 2 characters, buddy. If I'm making
Out of
them-
these top 6.
out of these top 6,
Okay.
we'll get to the bottom 6 in a bit. Don't you worry.
Don't you?
I'm thinking Grow and Mitsurugi.
Diversity battle. Here it comes.
Yep.
Oh God.
So with that, today was Wednesday, my dude. Thank you so much for listening, and we're gonna jump into the 4th topic, which is the second half of these Street Fighter characters. We'll see you tomorrow.
See.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. My name is Tam, and I'm joined by this fantastic crew. Who do we got today?
Tyler.
Travis.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that said, Patreon people, I'm so sorry, but if you like the content, go to patreon.com/TCG University and subscribe at some of the tier levels in order to get some exclusive content as well as some gated content. And the big reason I'm bringing this up is today we're going through the second half of the Soul Calibur characters that were just spoiled. And that means that we have another cram session coming up. Not Crash Course. That's a different show.
Right.
I'm getting it wrong. Cram session coming out where we take and do an in-depth meta-analysis of every single card of every single character support, and it will be out on Patreon exclusively at the freshman tier level for as long as Soul Calibur is the newest set. As soon as we get another set, all of that will be free to the public, so you're more than welcome to look at that. But if you want to jump in and get the knowledge from us, the faculty beforehand, freshman tier level. If not, that's fine. Just wait for it on YouTube. That's chill too. So we're going to jump in and do the bottom 6 characters, and we're going to talk first about Siegfried. Siegfried is a 6 hand size, 27 life with Earth Good Void, response : after you block with a foundation card, add it to your staging area. Enhance check of 4. This attack gets +3 or -2 damage, and its damage cannot receive any more bonuses or penalties. Your opponent may flip 1 foundation to cancel this effect.
This is the character I'm playing.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. You're locked in.
Yeah, I was thinking about this right before the PTC that we just went to.
Yes.
I really like any foundations that add to the staging area after you block with them.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just like that mechanic.
Okay.
Of like I'm gonna get a bonus for blocking instead of having a card in my card pool.
Yeah.
This is the funniest fucking thing in the entire world because I knew Tyler Clark as my name's Goro, and I don't block shit for shit. I refuse to block to the point.
I don't like the progressive.
To the point where I was like, Tyler, you're eating things for free, and you had the blocks in hand. Nah, I don't need to block. It's fine. I'm -1 damage. It's
I
fine.
mean,
Listen,
to
I'll
be
have progressive
fair-
and I can't block after that. So why do I block in the first place?
I'm just happy that you're growing as a player.
Yeah.
You're making the play group stronger. You're good for the community. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
I love this character as well. This character's sweet.
Yeah. I
This
really
character is
like
super
his
rad.
second ability too.
Yeah, this character actually just screams Tyler Clark.
Yeah.
Honestly, he is a mixture of Terry One Dot and of like almost Goro of like, hey, this thing's gonna get massive, we can't touch it anymore. This thing's gonna get -2 damage, we can't touch it anymore. Like their first enhance has to be, I'm gonna give it some sort of damage pump.
Right.
I gotta make this thing really big.
I'm gonna give it. I have to give it like either I have to give it a damage pump now that I'm just gonna reduce unless you flip a foundation, or I have to flip foundations.
Yeah.
And then it's early enough game that I can't just flip all my foundations. Well, oops.
Yeah,
And
totally.
So the best thing that you can do with this character that we can see as of now is Mexican Typhoon.
Yeah, I'm not positive we actually need the one check.
So
I think it's cool as like a 2 of like.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So under Earth, like obviously you have Surveyor and stuff like that, but the character already says flip their staging area, or you do this effect, which I'm gonna say half of the time they're probably going to end up doing it, and so you get to a point where they actually just have to start discarding cards to Mexican Typhoon, and it's for like 1,000,000 damage, because I'm assuming he's going to get some sort of card that interacts with their face downs,
Hopefully.
that it's like a damage pump or a speed pump or something. But
If he flips their foundations at all, then this character is insane.
Yeah.
and
Excuse me. I think the coolest thing about this card is not the enhance it, but is the response. You've got some absolutely crazy foundation that you have in your hand that you're afraid to build, and you just walk with it and move it down.
Or like I drew 2 forbidden techniques on turn 1. Well, I'll build 1 and then I'll build 3 foundations next turn if you attack.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so many. He's
gonna outbuild you real fast, which I
Yep.
love. That's also what I love about him.
I'm not positive he is. He's going to build on defense. You know who outbuilds you? Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage outbuilds
Sure,
you.
yeah.
But this character only builds if you interact with him.
Sure.
Otherwise,
so, like,
he's just a 6-hander. Like
what I mean by that
Six-hander.
is that he gets to play every card that he sees
absolutely.
asterisks. So like,
Asterisks.
well, I'm gonna build whatever, and now I'm gonna hold these foundations to block, but I'm gonna build them anyway. So it's like I just built out my whole hand.
Yeah. I love the fact that he's got both earth and good, because I very much see Woodman. I very much see Johnny Cage. I very much see Siegfried as all doing this earth good thing, and their off symbol. Like putting those 3 characters together just looks so it's so cool to see that that's what they want earth good to do.
Mhm.
And then you've got Jet, the fire-headed stepchild, over there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's like, you get to block with overly dramatic and add it in. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that nuts? Isn't that silly?
That's so good.
I'm really happy. I'm excited for him.
There are
Um,
so many foundations that are good to
Yeah,
add in.
there's a bunch of really, really, really cool stuff you can do in this deck.
Oh man, I just realized under Void you can block with Akuma's 3-diff foundation, add it down.
And then play it.
Yeah, he gets a tri-symbol too.
Yeah, he does get to try some if you want to.
Wow, that's super good.
Yeah, I dig him. I'm very excited to see the space that he gets explored in.
Just don't go against the Dark Shade, I guess.
Yeah, don't go against Archeria.
Yeah.
There it
Or
is.
the
Hand
cannon. Yeah.
I mean, we already have 2 characters that don't want to go against either of those cards.
Yes, which we'll get to.
Yep.
Sophia is a 6/28 with Earth Life Order. Says response check a 4. After an attack is blocked, commit one of your opponent's foundations. You get to pick.
Mm-hmm.
After an attack is blocked, hey, did you block my attack? I'll commit one of your things. Idiot.
Yeah.
What do you
I'll
get for
block your attack.
blocking? Enhanced : this attack gets +2 or -2 speed. If it deals less than printed damage, commit one of your opponent's foundations. Did it hit you? I'm gonna commit one of your things. Did it not hit you? I'm gonna commit one of your things. Did you
you?
partially block? I'm gonna commit 2 of your things.
Did I partially block? I
Did
want
I?
to commit to your things.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what she does.
Oh my god.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna block your attack to
there's-
commit out your foundation.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of this in this set too. Like just it interacts on both turns,
Yeah, I agree.
doing both things. I think the coolest thing that I've thought of like so far with her is Aaron Black's ultra rare.
Sand grenade?
Yeah, Sand
Yeah,
Grenade.
absolutely.
Just like commit 6 of their foundations. Oh, it has powerful 6 now, and it's a 6 low instead of a 4 low.
Yeah, absolutely. The issue that Aaron Black has is not giving speed. So Sophidia does. Sophidia is very, very good.
She can
Yeah.
also be a really lame life deck as
Oh
well.
my god, she definitely can.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
And in her order, she can play punch and I think there's a lot of really, really cool stuff. She reminds me a lot of Gabrek, which is interesting because she has all of
Yes.
Gabrek 2 dot symbols.
Yep.
No, all of
Gabrek 1
Gabrek
dot.
1 dot symbols. Yeah.
Yep.
And so there's like you just play a bunch of throws and be like,
Yep.
hey, you're not allowed to block these, and if you do, I'm tapping everything that you play.
Oh,
Yep.
Death Valley Place plant on this card is going to be a little silly.
Yeah, tap 3 things. Oh, tap 4 because it has stun. Oh man,
Death Valley
Yeah.
Face Plant says,
so good.
says either eat this 5 damage, which we're going to pump it up somehow, obviously, Immortal Knowledge or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're eat 7, or I'm going to tap your whole board.
Wow.
It's really cool. It's really, really cool. I wish she gained a little life somehow, but I'll take it as it is.
She would be the ultimate lame life deck if she
Yeah.
did.
Absolutely. Moving on to Taki. She's a 628 with Air Chaos Evil. Enhance : if this is the only attack in its owner's card pool, it gets +3 or -3 speed. Response once per turn : after a blocked attack resolves, discard all cards from both card pools and draw 1 card. So they printed No Mai on a character.
Yeah.
Isn't that rad?
Yeah.
Isn't
Kind
that
of.
neat?
They kind of printed No Mai on the character.
Pseudo no my.
It's got to be like you got to block like the 4th attack to get No Mai stuff, but
It's just play the 4th attack with No Mai and
Sure.
discard a momentum. And this card doesn't say that. This card's just like, hey, Akuma, you
You
have a
also
bunch
got
of
to
face downs in
draw-
your card pool. I'll block 1 thing
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
kick your whole
Yeah,
card
yeah,
pool.
yeah.
You big dumb idiot.
Yeah, no my would also be strictly worse right now because of A, Akuma, and B, it says that both players draw cards equal to the number they pitch.
Yeah.
So
This card has Air Chaos Evil, and so it has Air and Chaos, which means we just play Rising Monk with this deck.
yep.
Obviously. Fucking obviously. I'm gonna play a bunch of attacks, and then I'm going to kick all of these, and so my Rising Monk now has +3 speed. If you block the Rising Monk, I'll kick it 2 and draw an extra card, and then I'll keep playing range attacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
This card's gonna be nuts.
So another cool thing that you can do, which was something that Kevin mentioned in the Discord, shoutouts. If you block a reversal on your turn, you get to clear your entire card pool and draw a card.
Yeah, totally. She is a very scary character to reversal.
Yep.
I like this character a lot. Hand Cannon, Dark Kirito, Stopper.
Yeah.
But like,
Uh,
just gotta play around it.
hand cannon doesn't actually stop her because you clear your opponent's card pool first. And hand cannon doesn't say you can't play the ability.
Why do you clear your opponents first?
I'm pretty sure
It says clear both.
yes, but in order, normally you're supposed to go from your opponent's card pool to yours.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's something I did not know.
Yeah.
Fact check that in the comments down below.
Well, it was something
James.
that that
James.
someone said in the Discord. I think it was Kevin as well.
Okay. I can trust Kevin's response, but still fact check that shit down
Yes.
below. Let us know if that's right or wrong, and give me some points in the LGR if you could. Maybe we'll do a TLDR on it.
But yes, Dark Chirito.
Do you like this character,
destroys her.
Tyler?
Yeah. I guess I never really thought about the fact that like so like I was looking at it that like well you get to use her first enhance 1 time so like it's not that great. It's like it's different.
But you definitely
Ninja
get to use
dude.
it more than once.
What's his name?
Satoshi?
Yes,
Yeah.
different. It's weird Satoshi. But no, the fact that you're kicking and I'm sure she has cards that are also gonna kick.
I mean, the other thing that we get to do with this is like, let's say that I can block a couple of their things.
Yeah.
Okay, I block, and then I respond once per turn. After I've got a bunch of cards in my card pool, you get a bunch of cards in your card pool.
Mm-hmm.
I kick everything. That's fine.
Right.
I draw my one card. You play another card. All right, -3 speed on that one. I know I'm a little tapped out, but now it's got -3 speed. I'll
Right.
block it again. So like, I think her block strings are going to be really good. The issue that we have is like, my opponent's progressor is not going to be great on that last card.
Sure,
As long as you're not afraid of that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess it just comes down to like
They don't get to draw extra cards.
They're yeah. They maybe get one more attack, but that attack is also going to be slow, and
Yeah.
you just drew a card. So
Totally.
so I think the best thing that you could probably do under her is block the first attack, pitch the card pools, draw a card, because that one had -3 speed, and then they have to play another attack, and that attack has to get -3 speed as well.
Oh yeah.
So that way you don't.
Her attack. I mean, we assumed it said once per turn, but it definitely doesn't.
Yeah, and
It's if it's the only attack.
Yep.
You know,
So they have to keep building progressive difficulty after the first attack, because obviously you pitch it and then give the next one -3 speed as well, and you cleared your block. So it was a free block that gave you a card back.
Let's just talk about like everything you just said. That's such a complex line for a non-complex character. That's what I think the beauty about these characters are. Is
Yeah.
they're just like Mortal Kombat. They're interesting good.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
not basic good, like
Yeah.
you could say with Bebop, with some of Bebop, excuse me.
Yep.
And with basic good with some of Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers.
Mm-hmm. They're not paint by numbers at
They
all,
are
from what we've
certainly
seen.
not, and I absolutely love it. This is my favorite character concept that we have so far. Man, can I not pronounce this name?
is it?
Shang Hua.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. That's.
Are you sure?
I believe that's how it would sound, because I'm pretty sure it's Chinese.
Okay, here's what I want. You
It's
ready?
definitely Chinese.
100% Chinese.
Okay, so that's how it would sound in the
most
Chinese dialect.
possible. Okay, here's what I want. You ready? We're gonna have a mono silence, and Tyler is gonna figure out how to put in the name from a Google Translate. You ready?
Oh boy.
Yeah, sounds right to me. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
All right.
Have fun with that, buddy.
Yikes.
Tyler's out of the conversation. He's like, "How do I do this for the last 45 minutes?"
Man, I just don't know how to fucking record that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And by we, I mean I'm sure you'll Google it.
I will Google
she's
it. I just don't know how to record it.
719. She's got air, void, water. Man, do I love 2 of those 3 symbols.
Yep.
Response twice per turn. After an attack is blocked, you may play 1 attack with a printed damage of 3. No check necessary. After this attack resolves, you may not play a reversal to this attack.
So
We'll
what's-
talk about that in
yeah.
a bit. Because that's really complex wording. Enhance twice per turn. Your attack gains stun 1. I dig it. I like this character a
also
lot.
dig
So let's talk about that response twice per turn. What do you think it means?
I think it means you just play an attack from your discard pile, right?
Nope.
Nope, from your hand.
From your
Oh,
hand.
from your hand. Okay, so you just play a 3 damage or less attack from your hand instead of playing a reversal. So if I'm assuming it follows the same like timing window as a reversal would.
Correct.
So
It turns.
Which is why it has to be so specific, because if it did not have that last line of text, I could take and I could block a card, respond with good job, Tyler, and put this card into my card pool, play it for free, and then we go back to that response window and I play a reversal. So like I get to play 2 attacks on your turn for free. One of them was probably a windmill punch, which I get to multiple 3 out. And then all of those cards kick.
And you know what's really cool is that she can do this on either player's attack when it's blocked.
Absolutely.
You could also, under air, you can play slide shots.
Damn right you
on their
can.
turn.
Damn right you can. Just flip a foundation, kick that bitch.
Yep.
And then the cool, like, she is 100% a reversal character. Like
Yeah.
absolutely
Yep.
she is.
Well, she gets a
Enhanced
reversal with anything.
twice-
That's 3 damage.
twice per turn, stun 1. Oh, neato. And I might be having a hard on for the chick. 1, because look at the thighs, and 2, I just got done playing Jetta at an event, and so like reversals were like my game plan.
Reversals are so cool.
Reversals are very, very cool. Why would I play on just my turn? I can play on both people's turns.
Right.
I just and this is me. We're coming back to reality. She was the first character that I looked up stuff on Ultra. There's not a lot of cool stuff.
Right.
There's not very much. There's
I
not
mean,
very
like,
much
I
3
think
damage attacks.
Windmill Punch is going to be very good in her.
Windmill Punch is going to be very good, but that means I exclusively have to play on water. Like I looked up every single thing, and like randomly under Void, Kin's Kirabushi Kick is 3 damage, but I don't remove attacks actually.
Yeah, not really.
Under Air, I've got Slide Shots, but that's really it. Like there's just like there's not.
So it's going to be a new Raptor, a character that just plays like her stuff.
Yeah, I think so. It's 100% going to be determined on her stuff / Lilith's stuff. I think Lilith underwater is going to Lilith 2 dot underwater because we're losing all of Lilith 1 dot stuff. Who has 2 of these 3 symbols?
Right.
So under Air, you also get the 4 diff from Indines, the 3 mid for 3 that says commit to get 1 damage for each of your opponent's foundations.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Usted Beam.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you
fucking
get
pulling it out of
Yep.
nowhere.
You get to play that on their turn for free,
Yeah.
and it's just like they have to deal with it.
I mean, the other thing that we get to do is with like is just be like, hey, I get to play Skullberry for free or whatever. like
That
like
yeah.
it just doesn't feel great. It just doesn't feel great.
I think she would be much better if she would have said printed 4 or less.
If it was printed 4, I think I'd play the shit out of her. Honestly, I think if it was printed 4, there's too many good 4 damage attacks. I think 3 damage is totally fair for balancing, but it's just like it limits the options. But like I think that's good. Last minute thoughts on
Yeah.
I think she's cool.
that character's name.
I
Yes,
agree.
on this character. I think she's cool.
We're moving on to Yoshimitsu. This character is the sickest looking character in the set.
Yeah.
Holy
Yes.
cannoli. If I was going to Worlds, we might just be forcing ourselves to play this character.
Just so,
so I can
just
fucking
so you
dress
can,
up. Oh,
give
man.
your dad a fun job.
Heart attack.
Yeah.
Yoshimitsu is a 5 hand size with 29 life. Ugh. How garbage. He's got all Chaos Death, Enhanced check of 5. Your next printed high attack gets plus 3 damage. Your next printed mid attack gets plus 3 speed. Response once per turn. After you make a check, that check gets plus 2. If the checked card was a weapon card, draw 2 cards. Fellas, let's talk about it. We are reprinting some Weapon Foundation.
Weapons are coming back.
There's no way that we're not.
Yeah, we haven't had like a real dedicated weapons deck in a long time, and he's bringing us that.
This is the other character that I'm really excited about. I really like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yoshimitsu says, check a 5. My Steel Resurrection gets another 5 damage.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Sounds
Man.
good. And he says draw 2 cards on him, which is really rad.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah.
a 5-hand until
For-
he checks an attack.
For all in death weapons, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, and even Chaos, like I'm not looking up any cards right now, but I'm positive there's got to be some Chaos cards. Is Sadistic Ways a weapon?
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, I more say all in death because
Those are
Little
like the
steel
weapon
res.
symbols.
Well,
Death.
currently, like he might have enough stuff that propels, and we have. I mean, we're getting Hyper Bomb back. Hyper Bomb is also a weapon under Chaos.
and death.
But he doesn't work with lows. It's only mids and highs, which means
Sure.
that my low attack is just gonna get stunned too. And if they block it, we do this thing, and I get to stack this high mid. And so like throwing lows just means that like
the next
the
one.
next one's gonna get doubled up.
He doesn't
Yep.
care about low unless it's the first attack.
Right.
Which Hyperbomb will always be.
Which Hyper Bomb will always be.
Mm-hmm.
The response once per turn is super, super sick because it doesn't say your turn.
Yep.
Oh no, I checked a foundation. I checked an attack on your turn. I'll get plus 2 by check and I'll draw 2 cards. All right, we're blocking everything now.
Man. He also says that you, if you're playing safety 3s deck,
Yeah.
it's physically impossible for you to fail a late chain steel res.
Totally.
Because if you check a 3, I'll give it plus 2 and I'll draw 2 cards.
Got plus 2.
Under all, you could stack it with Kin's Foundation.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could.
I'm just gonna. My next card is gonna be Steel Res. I'm gonna stack this attack on top.
Yeah.
I checked the 5. Hey.
Oh, the steel res. I'll lift this card
Yeah.
and I'll draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Yup.
I'm
Seems
really
nuts.
excited about this guy too.
Yeah.
This is the other deck when Siegfried isn't that great.
Weapons are coming back.
Now hold on. Siegfried's gonna be nuts because exclusively you get the Badger Club.
Right.
I'll block with Badger Club. I'll block with Badger Club.
oh.
I'll dig for an attack and then build it down.
Oh
all
my
right, buddy,
God.
let's go.
Oh.
You better block all this shit.
Oh man.
Let's go, Alex Marco.
He's back to being great.
The last character, Zasamel. That's how we're gonna go for it.
It's a Solomel.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yep.
He's a 535, which is a fuck ton of life. It's way more than the 29 that we just saw. He's got Death, Earth, Fire, Enhance once per turn. This attack gets -5 speed.
Man.
That's really good.
This character has confronting Jeddah printed on him.
Damn right he does.
Not
Enhance.
exactly.
This
Half of it.
attack gets plus damage. X equals the difference between its speed and its printed speed. Response. After your opponent's blocked attack resolves, play a reversal from your discard pile as a reversal. Remove the played attack after it resolves or leaves the card pool. So let's talk about those first two, and then we can dive real deep into that
So
that response.
the first thing I want to say is this character shares 2 symbols with both Missile Launcher and Coffee Samba.
Damn right it does.
And confronting Jeddah is quite good with Coffee Samba, and I'm sure it would be very good with Missile Launcher.
Yeah, I agree. The difference between its speed and printed speed? Heck yeah, man. I'll mill 4 to give it +4 speed. I'll give it +4 damage too. That's crazy, huh?
Wow.
And that enhance does not say once per turn.
It definitely does not.
And so that means that any time that you multiple something out, your multiple gets damage equal to the speed that it has.
Yeah.
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 So
It's actually the best part of confronting Jeddah.
we share a symbol or 2 symbols with, we'll say it again, whirlwind punch. So all of these multiples actually get +5 damage because they're all 5 speeds for 3.
all right.
It's a 5 mid for 8.
I was
That
thinking this guy was weak.
discards.
Maybe not.
Wow. Oh man, I blocked your thing. Let's talk about the response. We get to play the best one, which is
Guardian Slasher.
Guardian Slasher. I get to play Guardian Slasher on all of my things. I'm very very happy they say if it leaves the card pool. Very happy because if you block with a non-attack, if you block Guardian Slasher with a non-attack, it goes back to your hand, but it would still get removed. Thank God they were thinking. Or I've got 2 momentum. I'll play this Skullberry into my card pool. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Neat. Have fun.
Did you know that Violent Tatsumaki is now a reversal always?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Huh.
Well,
It's too bad that has the fire symbol, doesn't it?
I guess, yeah.
I'm just playing it as a reversal,
Yeah.
huh?
Oh
Yeah,
God.
that's right.
And they're 1 mids for
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
no.
It's in my discard pile. Yeah, I'm gonna multiple to this card now.
We're playing it. Oh,
I'm a 5-hander. I don't have any cards in my hand anyways.
Oh no, this one's a 1 mid for 5, but this next one's a 1 mid for 10 or for 9, and then 1 mid for 9.
Yikes.
No, that's not true.
Oh,
They'd be +1.
yeah, it would be
Yeah,
a
yeah,
plus
it'd be
one.
plus
So
1,
it's,
not the difference. So it'd be for
What?
5, then 6, and 6.
yeah, that's
Still a beating.
Unless you give one -5 speed.
And then at the very end, you're just like, oh, I've got a bunch of cards in my card pool. -5 speed. Boop, block.
Yeah.
Oh, I blocked. Response. I'll play another one. Now I'll dip my hand in multiple. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with this character. I love the fact it's a 5-hand size that does not draw cards, but he gets to play extra cards out of his discard
Yeah.
pile.
Yep.
And like that's how he gets to make up that 5-hand size.
I was actually thinking this guy was like really weak until
I think
right now.
this card is insane.
Yeah.
Is insane. He is a beautiful multiple character, which is totally fine because he's 5-hand size and he's not gonna ever draw any multiples, right?
Yeah.
Right? There's no way a 4-hand size can draw a fucking double missile launcher every fucking turn, huh? There's no way he's gonna rip coffee. I'm a little salty. Okay, so guys, we just went through 12 characters, and we actually have one more episode we have to record tonight. Yeah. It's a secret. It's a surprise.
Okay.
okay.
So, give me your overall impressions of the bottom 6 characters. Give me 2 characters you're looking to try.
As I said earlier, Sagat and
Sagat,
Siegfried and Yoshimitsu.
Travis, who you want to try? Bottom.
Siegfried and Taki.
I want to try. I'm gonna try for you, Tyler. Yanghua, yeah, and Zamasil.
Actually, I take Siegfried back. I think
use mine.
Sofitia Is that how you say it?
Sophidia, yeah.
Yeah, Sophidia and Taki are
Yeah.
my two. God, I love that character.
And then just looking at these 12 characters and none of their support. Scale of 1 to 10 on the entire set.
So far, it looks awesome. I love all this. This is so great.
I'd
I'm
say-
very excited about this.
I'd say like an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10.
Thank you for using the number scale and not just saying it's awesome.
I don't know.
I'm at like a 9. I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoy
Yeah.
this set. I think this set's really cool.
I love it.
Tyler, what's your number? Since I'm demanding it and I'm the
it's-
host of this
yeah, I'll say a 9 out of
podcast.
10.
9 out of 10?
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I think people are going to have to I think support is going to determine whether this is a Mortal Kombat set or a Bebop set. If we get more missile launchers, hashtag ban missile launcher.
This is what I'm kind of wondering is like all these characters like so cool and good and like interesting because all of their support is middle of the road to like sort of balance it out.
I think that's fine, but that's a topic for another show.
Sure. That was just an idea that I had. Like, is that the reason why all these characters are like so good?
Yeah.
Because like all their support's like whatever.
Maybe
Because they get all this support from the past.
I don't think they would do that.
We'll have to see some of those support,
Yeah.
like 3 commons.
Because, I mean, the product wouldn't sell. You could just buy the characters and you wouldn't have to buy any of their support. So why buy packs at that point or boxes? I don't think Jasko would do that.
I agree.